Welcome into this mirror message. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive, a psychic healer, and a reader, here to read you a message for your twin flame journey that's in separation or challenge. The mirror message, if you haven't been in one before, is kind of a he said, she said spread between divine masculine and divine feminine. So we look at divine masculine side, head space, heart space, so what's going on in their 3D world. And then for divine feminine, we look at the same things. So, thank you so much for being here. If you're new, welcome to the channel. So glad to have you here. And to my lovely subscribers that have been with me for a while, I'm just so glad that you're sticking with me. You guys are wonderful. And, you know, we're here to help each other. Twin flame journeys are not easy. It's not glamorous. You know, it's really easy to go down a reading rabbit hole with these things and listen to everything. You really have to listen to your intuition whenever you're watching one of these readings, a collective, to make sure that it's fitting your story, that you're not going off in a direction that doesn't fit you and getting upset about that or building false hopes. Let's just be grounded when we listen to readings. It's really important. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to collect subscribers, okay? So, being said, let's go ahead and get into the reading. Before I read, sometimes I will channel. I did that before this reading. I was so called to do that. So I have a few things that I channeled. Let's talk about. First of all, the very first thing I saw was a Queen of Spades from a poker deck, a traditional poker deck. I saw the Q and the little queen figure that you see on a traditional deck. And I don't use poker cards to do tarot. I never have. It's not something I've looked into or studied on how to do that. It's a little different. There's no major arcana, you know, there's different meanings, I guess, too. So I looked up what the Queen of Spades means. And I looked at several sources that I felt were reputable. And let me read it to you. They all pretty much said the same thing. So the Queen of Spades, it's like the shadow attribute of a Queen of Swords, is what I'm getting. So this person basically is someone not trustworthy. So there's someone not very trustworthy, a feminine energy around this connection, whoever we're going to be reading for. This person, it actually says a nasty woman, which I hate that term for political reasons. I mean, anyway, first of all, feminine, let's take woman out of it because we're not all dealing with female-bodied people, okay? So nix that. Nasty, okay. Let's just say it's someone with negative energy, putting negative energy toward this connection. I would rather put it that way. You know, we're all human beings and we all have good and bad. I mean, very few people are 100% bad, right? So there is someone with negative feelings and negative energy toward and around this connection. This is someone that will slander you or your person. This was someone that will try and poison the connection. This is often a karmic partner when you have someone like this, but it doesn't have to be a romantic person. It could be a family member, a friend, a co-worker. It could be anyone. I mean, everyone's situation is a bit different, right? We're not all on the exact same journey. When we're twin flames, we have these parallels, right? We have just vast similarities in our journeys and the things that happen for us, but they're not exactly the same because we're all individuals. We're all unique. So the Queen of Spades is the first thing that I got. So look, just be aware that there could be someone around you or your person kind of pouring negativity in and trying to affect this connection, trying to keep it apart, trying to poison it, that kind of thing. The next thing I got, I heard in my head the song Desperado, and I was by the Eagles, and I think I heard that particular line. There's a particular verse in there. It says, "Don't draw the queen of Diamonds. She'll beat you if she's able. The Queen of Hearts is always your best bet. And what that really tells me is I feel like Divine Masculine here may have really been involved with like glitz and the glamour of something. He may have gone after something because it looked really good, but didn't have a lot under the surface, didn't really look under the surface. So this could be a romantic partner, it could be a job, could have been just a social situation, maybe wanted to have higher social status or be cool or popular. But there's something Divine Masculine here went after that just looked really good. And the Queen of Hearts I'm seeing as a Divine Feminine, you know, that's really where the substance is at for Divine Masculine. We are counterparts. We are each other's, you know, highest counterpart in this lifetime and every other lifetime. You know, if we can find that way to come to peace and either come into relationship or marriage or whatever it is, we're all different, right? We're going to find, I think, the highest and purest form of happiness with that person. Now, not all twin flames are romantic, right? I know twin flames that are mother and daughter, and grandmother and granddaughter. And it can be male too, you know, it's not all female. Well, you know, souls are genderless, right? You are different genders throughout different lifetimes. So just because you're feminine or masculine in this lifetime doesn't mean you carry the same energy or have the same, you know, body parts in other lifetimes. So there is something about the masculine energy who is the runner in the connection. You know, you have the runner and chaser dynamic, and, you know, the runner is the one that takes off because they're freaked out by the connection. They don't know what to do with it. The chaser is the one that sees the connection from the beginning, and they're like, oh, but look, we can have this. And so it's very challenging. These little pieces are pretty much universal for twin flames, right? There's a runner and there's a chaser, and whether it's romantic or not. And then at some point that the runner runs out of running time, right? And the chaser runs out of desire to chase. They learn their value and their worth, and they learn that they don't need to chase. And there is an overcorrection, right? And the chaser will become the runner, usually. And then, you know, the runner realizes they're not being chased anymore. And it's like, but wait, I miss you chasing me. And they go back the other direction. And hopefully you come into a balance at some point. That's kind of a traditional way that a twin flame relationship will work. It's not the exact same for everybody. So don't say, you know, mine didn't work that way, because of course they don't all work that way. This is an overall general way that they will work. Okay. The next thing that I saw was the heart emoji. Okay, so if you're making a text, right, there's the emojis. There's a heart emoji that has a bandage over the heart. It has like a little X, a little bandage over the heart now. And it's a sign of there's heart healing happening right now that maybe took a long time. But I feel like there is heart healing going on in this connection. Within both sides. It's a mirrored energy, I feel. And then I saw ripples. So I saw like a raindrop hitting water, or a drop of water hitting water. And you know how the ripples go out and out and out and out and out. And then I saw another one nearby dropping in, and more ripples. And then another one, and then another one. So all of these ripples kind of interconnecting and then going out to make this bigger ripple. So I feel like tower kind of moments right now going on for someone in this connection, whoever we are channeling for, where, you know, when you know, if you have a big handful of marbles, right, and you got all these marbles, and you're trying to balance them, you're trying to juggle them, you know, you're trying to add more and more and more weight there and carry more things and more things. Eventually, something's going to start dropping. You know, we only have so much capacity to carry so much weight at once. And so I'm seeing these things one by one dropping. And it's specifically happening because someone needs to see that it's okay if you drop some things, right? You don't have to shoulder everything. You don't have to carry everything. Sometimes we just need to learn the lesson that if things drop, even if everything drops, you're going to continue and life's going to go on and you're going to be okay. I mean, everyone watching this reading has a 100% success rate of getting through everything in their life so far. Even if it was hard to get through, even if you had to take a break from life, whatever it is, you get through it. And so there's someone here that needed to understand, and things are dropping for them. Things are kind of falling apart, falling out of their hands. And it's a lesson. It's for them to specifically understand that you don't have to shoulder everything, that if some things drop, it's still going to be okay. Divine masculines are like this a lot in different ways than divine feminines. We both have this, right? We're responsible people. We're evolved people. We care about things. We care about our responsibilities. But sometimes we overcare and we try and carry too much, Feminines tend to want to nurture and overgive and fix. We want to be fixers, right? We want to fix people emotionally. Masculines tend to overdo. They're feminine energy is nurturing. Masculine energy is doing. It's more action oriented. And so masculines tend to overdo and do for everybody and shoulder everything. And we both have to learn that lesson of balance, that we don't have to be everything to everyone. You cannot be. There's a little tiny fly on my table. Okay, it's gone. I know how it got in here. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing is there's stuff going on, like there's someone around the connection that's problematic, right? That is injecting stuff into the connection that is causing delays and causing problems, or maybe it just has been for a while. There is this need for the divine masculine to understand that, you have to follow your heart. You can't be responsible for everyone and everything and ignore what's best for you, what's good for your heart, what's good for your soul, what's good for your life. So that's kind of the overall message that I'm getting. And there's a heart healing around all of this at this time. So let's see what we get with the cards. I'm going to start, as always, in this kind of a reading with Divine Masculines headspace. I'm using the Chrysalis Tarot, brand new deck. I've only used it, I think, once or twice. Love this deck. It's fantastic. Whew. Okay, Divine Masculines, headspace. We have the Celtic Owl. This is also the Hanged Man card. Isn't that cool? And coming out with that is the Six of Mirrors, which is the Six of Cups, which is my Twin Flame card, which is interesting. So we'll get to reading it because I want to pull more. So headspace for Divine Masculine, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Cups. And basic. Okay. I wanted to say something. I had someone remark not too long ago that they like the overhead view that I'm doing now, and I like it too a lot. But they like it because they get intuitive hits about the cards that are pulled. And that's cool. I mean, it's good that if you understand tarot to, be looking at it through your own filter. But, make sure that you're giving the reader the opportunity to do the reading too. When I watch a reading, like if I buy a reading or if I watch a collective, I don't do that very often anymore, but when I do, I actually don't look at the video. I just listen to the audio. The reason that I do that is because when someone is doing a reading for you, they get intuitive hits and they're interpreting the artwork. And, they're working with their guides to get the cards for you. So where you might take, a more dictionary meaning to a card like the Hanged Man, you know, you might want to apply the standard Hanged Man where this one isn't the standard at all. The intuitive hits that your reader gets are going to be pretty specific to the cards that are coming out. So make sure and really listen to the interpretation of the reader. And if you don't like their interpretation, you might want to find a different channel. It really is important to understand that, you know, when someone's doing a reading for you, they're doing the reading. If you want to do a reading, you should probably pull some cards. I'm not trying to criticize. I'm just saying it's important to understand that when we read, we get things that are specific to us. So when you pull cards for yourself, you're going to get things that are very personal and specific to you. And if you pulled them, you know, I could tell you the dictionary meanings or my intuitive hits, but the overall message is going to be much clearer if you interpret it when you pull it. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Heart space for divine masculine. We've got the Pilgrim, which is the Page of Scrolls. Scrolls are swords here, so Page of Swords. And then coming out with that is the Phoenix, which is a Judgment card, and the Visionary, which is the Knight of Scrolls or Knight of Swords. Okay, look at this Phoenix. Isn't that beautiful? Fantastic deck. The Pilgrim here, the Page of Swords, is very different than other decks too. Look at that. Look at how this person has all that stuff packed on their back. So it's a very different meaning to me than the traditional Page of Swords. It's got like the overtones of it, but I don't get the same things. And then the Visionary, here's the Knight of Swords there. Really cool deck. Okay. What's going on in Divine Masculine's 3D world? What's going on in Divine Masculine's 3D world? Okay. So we've got the Watcher, which is the Queen of Mirrors, the Queen of Cups. Interesting Queen of Cups, too. There are no cups to be had in that picture. She's got a wand. And an owl. It's really neat. Okay. What is... Okay, we also have the Four of Spirals. Four of Wands coming out with that, which is interesting. She is holding a wand. That would be more traditional in traditional tarot. Okay, so let's look at, and by traditional tarot, I mean like Rider-Waite, right? Dropping cards. Okay, sometimes I think they just have to reorient. So let's look at Divine Feminine's headspace. It's in Divine Feminine's headspace. Six of Spirals, which is the Six of Wands. The Five of Spirals, Five of Wands. Every single reading I've done with this deck so far, this Five of Spirals has come out, this dragon. What's going on in Divine Feminine's heart space? Divine Feminine, how's she feeling? How's she feeling? Too many? What's Divine Feminine feeling? Okay. Seven of Scrolls, which is Seven of Wands. Oh no, Swords. I get some scrolls and spirals mixed up. To me, it's like the end of the scroll is a spiral. And then the Eight of Mirrors. Okay. So, Seven of Swords, Eight of Cups. What's going on in Divine Feminine's 3D world right now? What's going on in Divine Feminine's 3D world? Okay. The Acrobat, the Page of stones. So, Page of Pentacles. Alright. Overall energy for Divine Masculine is going to be the Eight of Scrolls, which is the Eight of Swords. It's a very different Eight of Swords. Alright, let's go into, I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. Let's go in to clarify just a few things here. We got a lot coming out in the beginning. Clarify the Hanged Man for Divine Masculine's headspace. Already has the Six of Cups there. Justice. Clarify, oh, clarify what's going on in Divine Masculine's 3D world. With clarify the Queen of Mirrors, which is the Queen of Cups, with the Eight of Wands and the King of Cups. So we have soul connection in the 3D world. Whoa. Whoa. What's happening here? Okay, I'll get there. I will get there. Okay. Clarify Divine Feminine, the Six of Spirals here in her headspace. Clarify the Six of Spirals, already clarified by the Five of Spirals. Also, Wands. Seven of Swords. Okay. Oh, this one's interesting. Okay, clarify the Seven of Scrolls, the Seven of Swords. Okay. We've got the Eight of Swords. And we also got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Divine Feminine's heart space. Okay. Clarify what's going on in Divine Feminine's 3D world. The Page of Stones, Page of Pentacles. Clarify what's going on in Divine Feminine's 3D world with this Page of Pentacles. Woo! Okay. King of Wands in reverse. Ooh, what's happening there? And then the Three of Cups. Oh, oh, okay. Hold on. Three of Cups. King of Wands in reverse. Page of Pentacles. In Divine Feminine's 3D world right now. You guys, hold on. This is very interesting. Okay, so Four of Swords. Overall energy for Divine Feminine. I'm going to have to pull these over a little bit. Okay. What is happening, Divine Feminine? Okay, starting with Divine Masculine. Let me get some water. Wow. Overall energy for Divine Masculine, the Eight of Scrolls here, Eight of Swords. This is a very different Eight of Swords than anything I've ever seen in any deck. Okay, so the scrolls are these pieces of parchment up in the air. There is no stuck, tied, and bound in this card. This is all downloading messages. Look at all those messages coming from above. It's a person with their hand over a crystal ball, and the person is looking up and trying to interpret all the messages, all the downloads they're getting from the divine. Check that out. All of these pieces of information coming from, some of them even look like they're coming from the side here, so some of them could be coming from the 3D world as well. But I feel like it's precipitating this huge realization that there is so much this person didn't understand or know about the universe, about the world, about themselves, about their connection, everything. This is like a big spiritual awakening card for me. Huge. Usually you see 8 swords around a person and they're blindfolded and they're tied up and they, you know, feel like they can't move. It's mental prison, but this is almost like an after tarot card. This is like, I'm out of my mental prison and I am downloading and I am awake. Awake. And I'm trying to understand it all. I don't know how many of you who have been through a spiritual awakening, a heavy one. but you actually think you're going crazy for a little bit. I have been through that. And I will tell you, I did not know what side was up for weeks, right? So it took me a full 2 weeks to come to the point where I didn't actually think I was crazy anymore. And that was only after I found a mentor that could explain some things to me. So imagine someone that doesn't ever find that. Or, you know, it takes longer to find that. It's a heavy energy. Right under that is the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Mirrors. Mirrors are very much twin flame energy for me, mirrored energy. So when you're a twin flame, you share a frequency, you share a vibration with your twin flame. You're basically, your soul is made of the same stuff. And so you understand each other on a level that no one else is ever really going to completely understand you on. And there's always this reflected mirrored energy. And so when we see the cups as mirrors in this deck, this is a very twin flamey deck for me. I did not know there were going to be mirrors for cups when I bought this deck. I had no idea. I just liked I literally just liked the butterflies, right? So, and I usually don't buy decks that way, but I was just enchanted with the back, so I bought them. The 10 of Cups under this is this true understanding of what is going to make the divine masculine happiest in this lifetime. What's going to fill up their cups, and it's the mirrored energy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Huge awakening for divine masculine here. The storyteller under that, which is the hermit. Yeah, this divine masculine is going to need some time to assimilate this. This is a huge thing to understand, where they were really living a 5D existence, and all of a sudden, wham! You know, excuse me, living a 3D existence, all of a sudden, wham! I get that mixed up, I apologize, but all of a sudden, the 3D exists, isn't the only thing that exists for this divine masculine. All of a sudden, the 5D is a real thing, right? 3D is your tangible, what you can touch and taste and see and hear. The 5D is all of your extra sensory life, you know, all of your spiritual life above the physical plane. And it's huge. It's so much more vast than the physical existence that we have here. And there is this need for this masculine to take some time and hermit and to really understand what the heck is happening. I mean, look at here. We've got the 8 of Scrolls with this person with their hand around the crystal ball, and then we've got the storyteller in hermit mode, understanding what's in their hands with that crystal ball, understanding the 2 birds in the crown up here. There's that knowing, you know, birds are information for me. Birds are mental clarity. So there's this getting this mental clarity. 9 of Mirrors below that, 9 of Cups below that, understanding the self-love. You know, 9 of Cups is usually a self-love card for me. Oh my God. Okay. Do you remember what I channeled in the beginning? The raindrops coming down into the water. Look at all the raindrops coming down in this card. What a trip. And the sunflowers behind it, the happiness. This is the divine masculine really understanding his own happiness. 2 of Swords under that. And you know, it's not your typical 2 of Swords. You know, usually your 2 of Swords, if you go by dictionary definition, is, you know, not being able to trust your intuition to make a decision. But this one, there's this Pegasus on top of the scrolls, like, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to fly. So maybe I wasn't able to make a decision before, but look at me now. I'm ready to fly. And horses are a very divine masculine card for me, too. Below that, we have the Devil. Some kind of toxicity, though. And the 7 of Cups. Toxicity and choices. Yeah, the broken mirror here. This came out in the first reading that I did with these cards, the broken mirror. Having your biggest option be broken, and so going for other options instead of trying to to fix what you know is right. You know, and that's something that Divine Masculine did, running from Divine Feminine. You know, they broke the connection. They broke the mirror here. They broke that beautiful reflected energy. And all of these other people around, you know, Divine Masculine, or things or situations, jobs, whatever it is, went in other directions because they didn't want to fix what was broken. It's a toxic energy. And look at the devil holding the mirror. This little mirror, like, I'm a good enough option. Hold on, I'm dropping cards on the floor here. One second, I'm going to shake the camera. Sorry. Okay. Pretty sure that was there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We got to stop digging into the energy here, but very, very interesting what we're uncovering in Divine Masculine's overall energy right now, what's going on. So, in his headspace, we've got the Hanged Man, the Six of Cups, and Justice. The Hanged Man is needing new perspective, but this whole deck is almost like one card past traditional tarot. So whenever I see the cards here, it's almost like what happened after the traditional tarot card, kind of like the After Tarot if you know that deck. It's like the very next scene. Like, you know, we know that the Hanged Man, you hang yourself in a tree to get new perspective. But what happens after you get the new perspective? And that's kind of the energy that I get from cards like this. Hold on. Okay. So we've got this Hanged Man. Oops, see, I bumped the camera out of whack too. Sorry. There we go. We're better. A little bit better. Okay. Anyway, so we've got this Celtic owl as the Hanged Man. And the Celtic knot is always, like, it always feels like the connections of relationships to me. So when I look at a Celtic knot, it's about intertwined souls to me. It's about souls intertwining. And so this owl is holding this giant knot, this giant Celtic knot. And I mean, understanding the intertwining of all the souls in the universe. You know, there's this newfound knowledge that we're all connected, and how Divine Masculine is connected to Divine Feminine in this way. Understanding connectivity past the 3D, past what's just tangible. Understanding soul connections. That's really a vast awakening for Divine Masculine. The Six of Mirrors, here's Six of Cups is the Twin Flame card, and then Justice. It's like there has been, I understand now, the soul connection between Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. I understand our soul connection. And I understand that this is a past life connection. This is my person. This will always be my person. And then you've got Justice here. Justice comes out when there has been an injustice. And there is a need for justice to be brought in. So Divine Masculine's headspace with this new awakening energy is really all about how there has been an injustice with the Divine Feminine and they caused it. And it's a newfound awakening, but you have to understand that when the Divine Masculine did run, they were not in an awakened state. They did not have all the information that Divine Feminine had at that time. So it's really hard to blame someone for running from something they didn't understand that was scary. It's very hard to blame someone for that, isn't it? If it's something that you didn't understand, because as human beings, we all fear the unknown. We all fear what we don't understand. You know, do you want to get in a dive suit and dive way down to the bottom of the ocean? You know, even if you could, clearly you can't. But what is down there, and is it going to eat you? You know, think about that. You know, I maybe have a little bit of fear of depths of the ocean. I don't like sharks, but you know, if the truth is that sharks aren't as, you know, generally harmful as I think they are. But, you know, and I'm not very informed on that subject. Maybe if I read up on it, maybe if I studied it and understood it, I wouldn't be so afraid as I am. And yeah, that's my own ignorance talking, right? Yeah. So generally our fears are projections, you know, generally our fears are unwarranted. And it's because we are afraid and we don't want to find out that we don't. Okay. So I wanted to put in a little blurb there for Divine Masculine. Just like be easy on Divine Masculine, right? They ran, yeah. But they ran out of fear. I mean, we all run out of fear. We all run from what we don't understand. It's normal. Normal human reaction. That doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. Divine Feminine had more information. Simple as that. Now, the way they did it, the things that they did, if they were hurtful, well, that's on them. But the fact that they ran is kind of how it's designed. Okay. Heart space for Divine Masculine. The Page of Scrolls. This Page of Scrolls I was showing you a little bit ago. Let me bring it back up because it's really significant, the artwork and how it's done here. So we have this person. I mean, the person is wearing like a long flowing skirt kind of robe thing, but they're actually fairly androgynous, so it doesn't like scream feminine to me. Screams human to me, so I would not like to say it's a masculine or feminine energy. It's just a person, and a page actually is often just a person. It's often not a specific masculine or feminine energy. The Page of Swords, which is scrolls, is usually a student type person, you know, holding a sword, and they're kind of watching and waiting. They don't take any action. They may deliver a message, a small message. They are messengers, but they don't actually take action. Okay, a lot of times it's kind of the stalking card. Not in necessarily a bad way, just to like, I only feel like I can kind of watch and wait energy. But look at this person. They watched for so long, and now they got all their bags packed, and they're setting out on a journey. So this Page of Scrolls is actually getting ready to take some real action. They've packed their bags and they're off. They're carrying them on their back. They're, you know, leading their llama there. Llamas are not very nice. I'd be careful if I were you. Huh. But if it was an alpaca, I'd be happier. I'm pretty sure that's a llama. But alpacas are actually pretty cool. Llamas are like 3 times the size of an alpaca or something. They're massive. I don't know why I'm talking about llamas at all. But there's this big butterfly up in the corner. There's been a transformation with this Page of Swords energy. You can see that up in the corner. Big butterfly right above that. So this person is no longer feeling like watching and waiting. This person is feeling like setting off now. And this is the head card, the lead card for the heart space too. So this is how Divine Masculine is feeling like. I don't want to just watch and wait anymore. My heart wants to go. The Judgment, you know, the Phoenix here, there's been a rebirth in the Divine Masculine over the new information, over the understanding. It's like, it's almost like in the heart space, the Divine Masculine had been reduced to ash, you know, had been really just closed off and burnt out and hollowed out in the heart space. That's how they were feeling. And now there's this beautiful rebirth in the heart space and this desire to go forth. And then, you know, it's also clarified by the Visionary, which is the Knight of Swords. So there's that desire to move forward, but this is an enlightened card. Look at this. It's like a yogi, right? With a white bird on the shoulder, this beautiful message of love and purity on this person's shoulder, wanting to move forward. And the Knight of Swords moves. You know, they don't sit stationary. He's not going to sit this way for long. Once he feels like he's got it down, he's moving. So that's the heart space, is all about rebirth and moving forward here for the Divine Masculine. in their life. They don't want to be stagnant. There's no stagnancy here, period. There is really, I mean, in the center of Divine Masculine's reading right here is the Phoenix, this rebirth energy, this beautiful rainbow of rebirth energy. Really, really nice. Seeing it, really getting the picture. It's like Spirit had to come to Jesus with this person. All right. I want to reiterate too, I think I said it in the beginning, but I want to make sure I say it in all my readings, especially since I don't have the same intro anymore that I used to. Make sure and follow your intuition in these collectives. If you know that your person isn't in this energy, it's good to listen to the reading to understand where a twin flame connection can go, because this is very advanced. We've been reading for very advanced levels in mirror messages for a long time now. But twin flame connections can take years to come around. So I don't want to put anyone in a watching, waiting energy. Like, you know, she said that my person is awake and that they're coming forward, and I'm looking for them. You know, I'm looking at my watch every day. Are they here? Are they here? Make sure that if you're internalizing the message, that it fits your story, that you've been through the different stages, that if you're a divine feminine waiting for a divine masculine, make sure you've done all of the work that you need to do. You know, you need to have learned to love yourself fully, and you need to learn your worth and your value, and you need to be living your life as if you understand your worth and your value every day. If you're in a watching, waiting energy, feeling incomplete without your divine masculine, you're not there yet. And I'm not criticizing, because I've been in that space. I was in that space for a long time. We all go through that. So there's no judgment to be had here. We are all brothers and sisters in this journey, and we're all in just different steps of it, honey. There's nothing else to it. You know, I would never want to put false hope of something about to wrap up in anyone's mind if that's not the case. For whoever this is for, I feel like this is coming to a head where there's going to be contact and communication, and really good solid communication. There's been a lot of learning. There's been a lot of understanding on both sides. Not everyone is in this place. You know, we come in different waves. I think it's great to watch a reading like this if you are in a more beginning or intermediate stage in a twin flame connection, so you know that it's not always going to be hell on earth, because the middle of it feels like hell on earth. Spiritual awakenings are like that, and they can be long, and they can be challenging, and you can have all these false starts where you think you're done, and then something comes up, and you think you're done, and something else comes, and there's a lot of stuff to go through. You really want to heal up as much as you can before you try and come into union with your twin flame, because the more healed you are, and the more understanding of your own worth and value and your own purpose on the planet, and you know, the more success you have with your partner, because you communicate better, because you understand more, because you're on the same wavelength if you've both done it. And if one of you's done it and the other one hasn't, you're not going to be very successful. So that's what divine timing is all about. It's not some big mysterious woo-woo thing. Divine timing is literally when I'm at a healthy point and you're at a healthy point, we can be healthy together. That's what divine timing is, and it's nothing else. There's no being out there, you know, pulling everyone's strings saying, no, not now. It doesn't work that way. It's literally when you're both in a healthy enough mindset to come together. And you know what? You're going to have more healing to do when you come together if you do. We don't heal all the way. We just do as much as we need to be able to work together in a healthy way. So we're not bouncing off of each other, triggering each other to go off again and repeat cycles. Okay. All right. Let's look at what's going on in Divine Masculine's 3D world, which I find fascinating, because we got the Queen of Cups as the lead card, and it is clarified by the King of Cups. 3D, actual happenings in the 3D world. actually tangibly happening. Between the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, there are 2 cards. Okay, between them, we have the 4 of Spirals, which is the 4 of Wands, and we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, the 4 of Wands is all about union and coming together and celebration, stability and happiness. Now, Wands are passion and Wands are action. Okay, those are the main kind of ways to sum up a wand in tarot: passion and action. When you have 4 of something, no matter what it is, 4 is the number of stability, because if you have 4 objects placed around, they make a stable base. Like the most stable table, if you're going to get like a kitchen table, is going to have 4 legs, because that's stability. It's not going off in any direction. It's not going off kilter. It's stable. And so when you add 4 to a wand, which is passion and action, you get stable passion and action, which is the best kind you can get, right? Because it's lasting. A lot of passion is unstable and it burns out, and what are you left with? Right? Those passionate affairs that it's all sex and chemistry and then you get through that and you mellow out, because fire can't burn forever as hot as that, right? I mean, it can go on and off, but it can't go straight through forever, because you'll burn through everything. So when the passion dies back, you still have the stability. You have love, and you have connectedness, and you have mutual goals, and you have all of those things that cause stability to fall back on. If someone is sick, you're not having fiery passion. At that point, you have to have love and respect, and you have to have care and compassion, right? So when we see a 4 of Wands, to me, that's stable passion. That's like amazingness. And that's union. That's a successful union is 4 of Wands. Because you have it all. You're not just relying on passion. You have it all underneath the passion. And then you have the 8 of Wands, which is basically 2 4s, right? It's putting a lot of energy, and it can be also communication, putting a lot of communication in. So what we have in Divine Masculine's 3D world, between the masculine and the feminine, between them, is needing to create stability, needing to communicate, the desire to create stable passion. So we have here in Divine Masculine's 3D world this desire to come forward to the Divine Feminine in a wise and enlightened way, with this owl in the tree above the feminine here. And we've got Divine Masculine with his eyes closed here, meditating in a sea of love, in a sea of emotion, mastering his emotion. I think Divine Masculine's coming forward here. And I don't usually say it that bluntly, but beings that it came up in the 3D world, and it's all about stability and communication between Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. There's really no other way to read this. Divine Masculine has been silent too long, and he wants to communicate. And he wants to communicate about wanting a stable union with the Divine Feminine. This is kind of a chilling reading for me, for Divine Masculine, because we're usually not in this space, right, in a twin flame connection. In fact, I'm just going to cut a few extra cards here. I'm so hesitant to just say something like that because, again, I'm never going to try and build up your expectations. The Tower and the 2 of Cups. Oh. Knight of Pentacles was under there too. The Tower and the 2 of Cups. The choice in love. Remember when okay, at the beginning I was channeling and I saw that Queen of Spades, and when I looked up the Queen of Spades in a love reading for tarot, specifically it said an enemy or someone, pouring negativity into the connection. Look at this Tower card. Look at that card. Look at this person. Really, really negative looking person with their third eye sideways. Someone not in their intuition, seeing things skewed. This is someone that could, with that third eye sideways there, this is someone that could be mentally unstable or see things from a really skewed perspective. There is someone that's been around this connection. And there's a Tower moment about this person happening right now. There is a Tower moment happening with someone negative, pouring negativity into this connection. And then we had that come out with the Two of Mirrors, which is Two of Cups, which is that choice in love. There was someone trying to prevent the Divine Masculine from making this choice in love. And the swans in the card here, the swans are twin flame energy to me. It's mirrored energy. You see how the swans mirror each other. It's mirrored soulmate energy, which is twin flame. There was someone trying to prevent a twin flame connection here. And there is a Tower moment about that person that is precipitating this awakening. This is a nutso reading, I'm telling you. I mean, like, even I'm shocked about what's coming out. I've had some interesting readings, twin flame readings, where I've really saw a lot of growth from Divine Masculine, but nothing like this. Nothing like this. One more. The Green Man, the Emperor. Holy shit! Sorry, excuse me. The Emperor. Divine Masculine has come into his Emperor energy. This really happened for this one. Or whoever this group of Divine Masculines are, this is actually happening. Now, I want to make clear, though, again, and the Death card under that, transformation. Whoa! Oh my God. I am having, like, I don't even know. Okay, so this is a lot. I want to make clear, though, if your masculine was not involved with a romantic karmic, it's someone else, right? It doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but it is someone or some situation that has come between this connection. It's whatever has held Divine Masculine back. It was purposely trying to keep him held back from making a choice to go forward in his life towards someone healthy. Crazy. It could be a mother, a controlling mother. It could be a controlling grandmother. I get feminine energy, but I mean, it could be a male-bodied person with a lot of feminine energy too. Someone with a very skewed perception of the world of life with this third eye sideways thing. That's really bugging me. And this row of skulls here. It's, I mean, when I read the definition that I was reading of the Queen of Spades, let me just pop it up there for you to see it. I mean, I read it right off of there. Saying nasty woman. This is a nasty feminine energy. I'm not kidding. It doesn't have to be a woman, okay? Let's take that out of there. That's nuts. Okay. All right. We know what's happening for Divine Masculine. Let's look at Divine Feminine. Wow. Okay. Divine Feminine, your headspace is... Oh, let's look at overall energy first. Four of Swords. Kind of an arresting pose right now. Kind of a resting pose. A planning for her future. Divine Feminine planning for her future. trying to understand in her repose right now where her heart is, following that heart. And see this red string connected to the heart here. Planning for her future. Divine Feminine in her strength. Beautiful. That is the most accurate depiction of Divine Feminine strength in this card with the Light Seers Tarot. I love it. Balance between her feminine and her masculine energy, which we all need to get in that kind of balance. Really nice energy. Divine Feminine. Really taking your time. You're not rushing. You're trying to go where your heart leads you. You're being strong. You know, it's really nice energy. You're planning for your future. You're not afraid. You know, you're looking forward to it. You're doing your life. Six of Spirals in her headspace. Six of Wands. You know, and this is like the card after your typical Six of Wands. You know, your Six of Wands, your typical one is there's this gladiator guy and he's got his arms raised and his, you know, his wand up there. He won. You know, I won. And there is Divine Feminine after having won, feeling like she kind of won over the toxicity, I think, in the connection and in her life, and coming out on the other end healthy and as healed as she can be at this point in her life, and, you know, moving forward, putting energy into herself. And she's got the flags here that are raised when you go into battle, and they're just hung in her tree. Like, look at everybody. I made it. I made it. It's a very, I'm proud of myself energy in her headspace. Divine Feminine is very proud of her achievements here. And then we have the triskells on some of the flags here. There's a triskell here. There's a triskell here. I just wanted to point, and there's spirals on the other ones. There's a double spiral, a single spiral. But there's three triskells here, which is interesting, three triskells. But a triskell is like a triple spiral, and that has a really deep meaning to me. And so if anyone else out there resonates with that kind of imagery, that could be important to you. It could be just spirals are important to you too. I'm a jewelry designer, and my work, my signature is spirals. So it's a thing for me when I see them. It's always kind of a significant image. So Divine Feminine in her headspace, feeling like she's won, you know, and the Five of Spirals here. You know, I think this was in the last reading that I did, and I said the same thing about this card. It's like Divine Feminine said everything she needed to say. You know, there's this dragon having dropped all these bombs here, that each spiral is kind of like a fireball. It's like Divine Feminine has said everything she needed to say. No regrets, right? No regrets. Like, I've done what I needed to do. I've taken my actions. Spirals are action. Wands. Spirals are wands. Wands are action. I've done everything I needed to do, and I've said everything I needed to say, and I don't have any regrets now. I feel like I won because of that. And then the Seven of Swords here below it, though. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Let me get a clarifier. I really want to know. It doesn't seem to fit with the other cards, and when when that happens, I always want to know why. The Emperor. The Emperor. All right. I asked, I got. Divine Masculine came out as the Emperor. You guys saw that, right? He's in his Emperor energy now. And I asked, why is the Seven of Swords here? Because of the Emperor. So this is Divine Masculine. This card, I always see this person as Divine Masculine. This is interesting because I feel like in Divine Feminine's headspace, she feels like she said and done what she needed to do. She's done her part. She feels victorious for having done her part, but she feels like Divine Masculine, or she thinks Divine Masculine is not doing his part. Divine Masculine, Seven of Swords, not doing their part, sneaking away. So in Divine Feminine's headspace, she feels like the Divine Masculine has snuck off from her and just tried to get out of the connection and healing the connection is what I get. But even though that's true, I'm just going to leave the Emperor down here on the Seven of Swords. Even though that's true, she still feels victorious. Like, you know what? I'm only responsible for my actions. I'm only responsible for what I do and what I feel. I can't be responsible for Divine Masculine down here, what he does and how he feels. I'll move these up just a little bit. I feel like you can't see him. I know you can't see him. I can see that you can't see them. Okay, so very interesting. So despite the fact that I feel like Divine Masculine is not doing or has not done his part over here, at least that the Divine Feminine is aware of, been made aware of, they still feel like they've won, and that's a really, really nice energy. I don't think it's true that the Divine Masculine hasn't done his part. I don't think he's snuck off. I think he's actually way more healed and advanced than Divine Feminine has any clue about. But, you know, King of Cups, no talkie-talkie, right? Divine Feminine wouldn't know that because she's not been made privy of it. Okay. But good energy, Divine Feminine, you're basing your victory not on the connection coming forward, not on coming into union, but on you doing and saying everything that you need to do and say and feeling victorious in your life and moving forward in your life. And that is nice energy. I am very proud of Divine Feminines that do that because it's hard to do. It's very hard not to base your self-worth on your Divine Masculine's approval or actions toward you. Because in the beginning, most of us do that. And we have to learn not to do that. We have to learn that this person, no matter if there are, you know, their souls made of the same stuff or not, they don't get to choose how we feel about ourselves. We get to choose how we feel about ourselves and the success that we have in our life. You know what I mean? It's great if we're in union. That's awesome. Or if it's great, we've come to peace, and that's awesome. But it's not necessary. We can go on. We can move forward. And we all need to learn that lesson. That we can do it ourselves. We can do it our damn selves. Right? Not that you always want to. Not that you always have to. You just need to know you can. Absolutely know you can. Okay. Seven of Scrolls is the energy for Divine Feminine's heart space. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Both places. So, look, as much as Divine Feminine is moving forward, despite what she's thinking about Divine Masculine, she's still feeling it. She's still feeling locked out, you know, of Divine Masculine's life, and that's a hard feeling to have. No one wants to feel locked out of the person that they love most, you know? It's a really tough place to be when you're shut out. And you care so much about someone, it takes a lot of strength. But there's this energy in the heart space of being locked out, you know, and having to walk away because you're locked out. You know, when you're on the outside of the doors like this, the doors are locked against you, you know, you can stand there for the rest of your life waiting for someone to open the door. But what are you going to do with your life just standing in one spot? I mean, your life is short. Go live it. You know, you can't just sit around waiting for someone. It doesn't matter who they are. You can't sit around waiting for someone to decide, you know, they want you. You know, you're beautiful and you're worthy and you're deserving, regardless of someone else's opinion or their place in life or their readiness. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. And so there's this feeling in the heart space of, look, I'm locked out, but I'm walking away from this soul connection. And we see this figure, you know, walking away from these mirrors, walking away from the mirrored energy. Like, what do I do? If you're going to keep me shut out, I have to walk away. And that's how Divine Feminine is feeling, the need to walk away. I've done and said everything I needed to do. You haven't done what I hoped you would do to bring this back around, and I'm still locked out here. I got to walk away. I have to keep moving forward in my life. It doesn't mean you're never open to talking to that person again, and it doesn't mean you're never open to them coming back. It means that you understand you can't be stagnant. You can't stand in one place for the rest of your life waiting. If you want to do something with your life, if you want to make something of your life, you want to be happy, you're not going to stand at that gate. You're going to see what's next on your path without the other person that you wish was there. You're going to find other people that you're going to love. You're going to find other people that are good for you too. Maybe it'll be romantically. Maybe it won't be. Maybe they'll be good friends. Maybe they'll be family. Maybe it's a child. I don't know who it is for you, but there are other people that are going to be along your journey that you're going to have soul energy with too. All right, so clarifying that Seven of Scrolls, we have the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse in the heart space. It's like I've been bound. I've been stuck and tied and bound. And I've been feeling kind of bereft with the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is how Divine Feminine had been feeling. Like, if you don't see me as wife material, you don't see me as worth loving, you don't see me as worthy. This is unworthy, right? This is feeling unworthy. This Queen of Pentacles in reverse in this place, in this spread. That's what this means to me. I've been stuck because of your opinion of me, because you don't see me as worthy. You don't choose me. But look at me walking away from this feeling. This is where I was. And look at me walking away from it right in the middle of the spread here for Divine Feminine. I mean, if you look at Divine Feminine's spread, this Eight of Mirrors, this walking away from this energy is right in the center. No longer allowing Divine Masculine's action, opinion, choice affect your self-worth and your path and your journey and your life. No waiting energy, which I applaud hugely. If this is you, Divine Feminine, you go. Good job. Good job, because this is exactly what you needed to learn to progress, to ascend. It's the key. It's the key. To truly feel it and to act on it is the key. What's happening in Divine Feminine's 3D world? So this is what surprised me a little bit here. Page of Stones, Page of Pentacles. Look, for some Divine Feminines out there, I don't think this is going to resonate for every single one of you. For some Divine Feminines out there, there's the King of Wands in reverse in your 3D world. There is someone around, and it's a romantic person too. This is going to be someone that has a lot of passion. Sex will be really good. Okay. It's someone that's going to appear strong too with that lion up there. But look, it's in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse is kind of the major player. So we talk about the Knight of Wands being the player of the deck, right? Well, the King of Wands is the player on steroids. And then we have Three of Cups here too, which can definitely be celebration, but it can also be third party, like a third cup. So I feel like there is an King of Wands in shadow aspect here around Divine Feminine. It is not healthy for Divine Feminine. This person has given Divine Feminine a small offer and is telling Divine Feminine to be flexible. So this is someone really talking Divine Feminine into getting into their good graces and into other things as well, if you know what I mean. So it's not an 18+ reading, There is a King of Wands in reverse in Divine Feminine's 3D world right now. And it is a third-party type energy, so this person could be married or have a commitment elsewhere. Divine Feminine could have a commitment. Maybe she's still committed to Divine Masculine. Maybe there's still a marriage going on there for some of you. But it is third-party energy, and it's not healthy third-party energy. So Divine Feminines, this is a word to the wise. If someone new is in your environment, and they're coming in all sexy and, Don't let passion overrule your head. Take it slow. Get to know this person. Get to know what they're about, who they are, and what their real intentions are before you give over too much. Okay? Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. So let's get a couple cards to clarify that King of Wands in reverse. High Priestess. Yeah, I mean, use your intuition, right? Follow your intuition. And be patient, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles here. There's no rush. Okay. I'm getting the spiritual chills. Like, so when I get a really strong hit on a message, I get a physical sensation. And it feels like goosebumps all over my whole body, but you can't see any goosebumps. It just feels like my scalp, my skin, my face, my neck, everything. And I got that when I saw the Six of Cups here. The Six of Cups is my twin flame card. It's over here on Divine Masculine side in the headspace. It's here in a clarifying energy for this King of Wands in reverse. So, Empress in reverse too. Hold on. God. Five of Pentacles. Look, this King of Wands in reverse character, if this person is in your life, you're going to have to be very careful. Because this person can turn you, kind of Empress in reverse. Divine Feminine, when she's in her light aspect, is the Empress upright, which is loving and giving and nurturing, and I've mastered my emotions and my passion and my thought and, you know, my stability. But this person can turn you kind of upside down and make you a little unstable. So be careful of this King of Wands in reverse person. The Six of Cups came up here, and I got a message that I don't even want to give you. So, your Divine Masculine could show up when you're involved with this King of Wands person, okay? Your Divine Masculine could be showing up at the same time, because Six of Cups could not be a stronger Divine Masculine card than the Emperor, and the Emperor is already out in this deck. So if Spirit wanted to tell me Divine Masculine in another way, this is the only real way to do it. So this is the card I get. And what I'm going to say here is you could be involved with this King of Wands person when your Divine Masculine reaches out. Don't blow your Divine Masculine off over this person. Just take your time in both situations. Follow your High Priestess energy, your intuition. Be patient. Don't just blow your Divine Masculine off because you're involved with someone else here, because this might not turn out to be good. I don't feel like this will turn out to be good if this is resonating for you. Your Divine Masculine in this particular deck, in this Six of Cups, has matured incredibly. They are a different person than when you saw them last. When you saw them last, they were childish and immature. Their loyalty was not on point. Now their loyalty is grown, fully developed, and they are a fully mature man or woman person, right? Okay. This has been your mirror message. I genuinely hope this helps someone out there. I love you guys. Please subscribe to the channel. You know, go hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon and become part of the family here. If this resonates with you, if you like the reading style, if the reading felt right, I would love to have you as part of the family here. I love you guys. Look out for more readings this week, and I will see you soon.